Hello, this is the TradeSide U.S. Stocks and Futures Market Preview and Domestic Economic Data Roadmap for the week beginning Monday, the 28th of January, ending Friday, the first full week. Nothing special other than the Phoenix Open and the Super Bowl are next weekend. People start to travel for some of those things. Phoenix Open's a big event on the golf tour. Here's a look at the ES front month futures contract. This is the daily chart of the broad market in futures form. Didn't make much progress for the week. Closed about mid-range. And it wasn't very exciting overall. We had some decent winners, but nothing to write home about in terms of the look of the market here. Here's the crude oil. Closed up 42 cents at 53.55. That's $10 off the lows, but still down for the last 6-7 months easily. Gold gains $22.70. That's a big move for gold finally. S&P cat, that's as the Brexit deal starts to close in. S&P cash 22.43 up for the session after a gap up, which it held. It was actually a very flat day intraday. NASDAQ 100 up 84.82. The SOX gains 27.25. That's actually new highs for the last 3 or 4 months. The biotech's up 49.74, which is nothing really. Russell 2000 gains 18 points. Also not much there. The VIX loses $1.47. That's almost the lowest close. And we're threatening if we get under that 16 level, that'll be the lowest close since October. Train at 0.93. That puts the 10-day at 1.02. So not much there. Remember, it was the Trin 10-day moving average under 0.85 that happened back in September that led us to believe that the top was in place in the market. And when you line that up with, let me look at the S&P here, it was literally to the day, right, before everything rolled over. But there's nothing else showing on the trend right now that matters. NASDAQ volume 2.4 billion, pretty much all week. That's pretty much all we did every day. Advanced decline ratio on the NASDAQ was positive, plus 1259. And on the New York, it was positive, plus 1543. So that's a big move, or good breadth in the market to the upside. Google, which has been kind of stuck here, actually for a year to be honest, but certainly for the last 3 or 4 months, up $17.51. Apple up $5.06. Netflix up $11.38. Amazon up 15.64. Tesla up 5.53. Facebook gains $3.18. Goldman Sachs up 294. TLT, the 20-year bond ETF, down 58 cents. Dow Jones Industrial Average gains 183 points on the session, recovering off of the lows from back in at the end of the year. All right, in terms of intra-week action, let's take a look. I'm going to switch this to 10-minute candle so we can see the whole week, and you can see that, again, we had a Monday holiday, Martin Luther King here in the U.S., so you can see last Friday, and then the futures are open for a few hours on the holiday. It doesn't really count. So Tuesday was a gap down and headed sharply lower, did not start the week off good. Wednesday gapped up, filled the gap, and went lower, actually swept the lows of Tuesday and made new lows for the week, but that was it. Came back up and closed around even. Thursday opened flat, closed flat. Friday gapped up and just sat. So not exactly the most tradable week you're ever going to see, but there were moments, obviously, with a couple of gaps and one that's not filled below. So keep that in mind. In terms of economic data for the week ahead, Monday, there's absolutely nothing. Tuesday, consumer confidence, an hour into the market. ADP on Wednesday, ADP non-farm employment change, pending home sales, crude oil inventories an hour in, and then a Fed announcement. So we've got a 2-day Fed meeting Tuesday, Wednesday. Fed announcements at 2 p.m., press conferences at 2:30 on Wednesday. That could obviously hold us up for a bit. Challenger job cuts at 7:30 a.m., core PC price index at 8:30, along with employment cost index, personal income and spending, the weekly initial and continuing jobless claims. At 9:45 a.m., Chicago PMI. At 10:30, natty gas. Friday, weekly, the unemployment rate, non-farm employment change, final manufacturing PMI, revised University of Michigan sentiment, and ISM manufacturing prices, total vehicle sales later in the day. So the big stuff this week is obviously the Fed announcement on Wednesday and the unemployment rate on Friday. We don't have anything else to really focus on. There's a Brexit situation going on over in the UK. For now, the government seems to be fixed here in the US. And that's it. Charts as usual brought to you by eSignal. If you've not yet taken a trial of our services, feel free to do so. We will help you out for a couple weeks. Have a great